A good decision never turns into a bad decision, and a bad decision never turns into a good decision. That is a wise thing to remember, and it's a quote from Professor Ron Howard of Stanford University. So we should all remember that managers are paid to make decisions, and they will be judged on their success rate from those decisions. So it seems to me to be very important that all managers should learn good decision-making practices. And that's what we're going to cover in this boot camp session. And to do that, we're going to focus on 3 practical tools which can help you as a manager to make better decisions. And the first of those tools will help you as a manager in managing your time. The second tool will be used to help you better define the real problems and challenges you're faced with on the job. And the third tool will help you to make the best decisions. So let's begin. The first tool is the Covey Time Management Grid, or TMG for short. And the TMG will help you in setting priorities. And setting priorities, as you know, is important, especially because managers live in a time-pressured world where a lot is happening, and because of that, it's common to have multiple overlapping commitments, and those commitments often require immediate attention. In other words, they all seem to be urgent right now. Unfortunately, urgency is an everyday occurrence for most managers, but missing deadlines is not a path to advancing your career or for getting good job reviews. So the question is, under what appears to be urgent conditions and the need to make decisions, how can you manage the flood of responsibilities, do excellent work, and maintain a positive frame of mind under those conditions? Well, the Covey Time Management Grid is the first tool we will discuss. And the TMG, which can assist you in organizing your priorities, is a simple and effective tool. And the TMG is made up of 4 quadrants which are based on 2 criteria. Those 2 criteria are importance and urgency. And the TMG can help you to evaluate all of those decisions or tasks that you as a manager think you should be addressing now. So let's now go through the 4 quadrants and discuss what they mean for you as a manager in terms of prioritizing your time. Quadrant 1 is filled with items that are urgent and important. So this means that items in Quadrant 1 are the most pressing decisions. They might include things like meetings or deadlines, etc. Those things should have been done probably yesterday. More often than not, the items placed in Quadrant 1 can be the cause of a crisis or a major problem for you as a manager. So that means that those items should not be neglected. Quadrant 2 items are matters which are not urgent, but they are important to you. And Quadrant 2 items are things that matter in the long term, but will not benefit from immediate action. And this means that these Quadrant 2 items can be delayed, but should not be neglected for too long by you as a manager. So Quadrant 2 is important, but it can be delayed for some time. Quadrant 3 is made up of items that are urgent, but not important. And for most managers like you and I, Quadrant 3 is a box filled with things that take up a lot of time, but these items are often a waste of time. and they could be even avoided in order to free up time for more urgent and important matters. So when you create your TMG grid, pay particular attention to this quadrant if you're trying to find more time for urgent and important matters. Quadrant 4 items are not urgent and they are not important. And these are the things we often do when we're tired or need a break, which means that they are a major cause of wasted work time. And so you should be very conscious of those quadrant 4 items. And because we should all remember that management is mostly about prioritizing our time and our attention, but in order to do that effectively, we must begin by determining what is the most important to deal with in the first place. But the problem that most managers face is that quite often they think everything is urgent and everything is important. But if you and I are honest, we can always find items which we could easily put into TMG quadrants 3 and 4. And the benefit of completing a TMG analysis once a week or even every day is that the TMG analysis can help you achieve a better focus on those vital issues which require your attention now. And the TMG analysis can help you to avoid those everyday distractions which consume a great deal of your valuable time. So now it's time to complete your TMG. And to do that, follow the following instructions. The first step is to make a list of 5 to 10 or more decisions or activities which you feel you currently need to deal with. And those will also be items which you think are important at this moment, and urgent maybe. Once you've made that list of 5 to 10 or more items, place each of the items listed into one of the 4 TMG quadrants. If you have difficulty finding items for quadrant 3 or 4, force yourself to switch some of the items from quadrant 1 and 2 into 3 and 4. That'll help you to discipline yourself in terms of making decisions on which items are important and which items are urgent. And the result of this rather simple exercise, or the TMG analysis, will allow you as a manager to define what are the most important things you should do first. And by doing just that, the TMG helps you to focus in on the most important priorities you face every day. A good TMG analysis, in fact, is the first step towards better decision making.